Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic evening. I have the pleasure of not only being the principal of some of the state's most fantastic students, but I have the opportunity to work with an amazing group of people. In that opportunity, we have met many hundreds of students that do amazing things, and today I have the blessing to introduce our student government president and art club member, a young lady that quite honestly makes me feel like I could have done more in my high school career. She is going on to GCU next fall. She is going on to GCU on almost a full ride. She already has her entire life planned out before her because she knows that she is going to go to GCU, graduate, become a teacher, an online teacher, might I point that out. Then she's going to return, get her master's, then get her PhD, and then become a professor. With no further ado, I would like the fantastic Jayde Kolb to come to the microphone, please.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. My name is Jayde Kolb, and I'm one of the 2015 graduating students from Primavera High School. Tonight is a celebration that we all get to graduate tonight from an unorthodox high school in order to start a new chapter in our lives. Lou Holtz once said, "Ability is what we are capable of doing. Motivation determines what we do, and attitude determines how well we do it." How incredible is it that we have the ability to take classes online? How remarkable is it that we have the motivation to stick to our goals? And how remarkable is it that we are able to have the attitude to stand up on this stage tonight? I have a lot of parents come up to me saying that his or her student would never be able to take classes online because it's just impossible for a student to stay focused. And yet, look at all these dedicated students sitting in front of me tonight. Woo! It's not just the students that make graduation an accomplishment, it's also the teachers. I have never seen so many teachers dedicated to education than I have at Primavera High School. So from all of us, thank you for your hard work and dedication to help us achieve this milestone in life. High school is that awkward time in life when we're trying to figure out who we are, and it's kind of like a puzzle. You start freshman year with this vast mess of pieces, and it's overwhelming and it's definitely daunting. But we slowly start to sort through these pieces. My mom and I used to do puzzles when I was a kid, and she always told me to start with the corners and the edges. And freshman year is when we start with our own corners and edges as a person. We ask questions like, what is our favorite color? What music do we like? What crowd of people do we want to hang out with? And once you've answered all these questions, you figured out who you are on the outside. And then we're in sophomore year. Sophomore year is the time where things get a little more complicated and a little more emotional because we've had our taste of high school, and now we're ready to go all in. It's that time where you have to make choices. You have to say friends or grades, left or right, music or sports. Once you've asked all those questions, you get more of the puzzle done. But we end up losing pieces, but we also end up gaining pieces. And then we're halfway. Have you ever been doing a 1,000-piece puzzle, and you're sitting there, and you're looking at it, and you're like, oh my gosh, this puzzle is driving me nuts. But then you look at it a little bit closer, and you get that mustard seed of motivation, so you say to yourself, I guess I can keep going. It's halfway done. Junior year is the year we go a little bit crazy, but it's also the time where we fill in the most important pieces. We ask ourselves, what might I want to do after high school? What college do I want to go to? Maybe I have different beliefs. Who am I? We end up with this beautiful piece of abstract art. And I say abstract art because we look at it and it's like, wow, that is beautiful. But what in the world is it? We just have to keep figuring things out and motivating ourselves to finish. Because suddenly, now we're in senior year. Senior year is the year where we have the picture, we just need to finish it. It's the year we grow up, and it's the year we really figure out who we are. C.S. Lewis eloquently said, experience, the most brutal of teachers, but you learn. My God, do you learn? And high school is the best example of this. The past 4 years, we've had experiences to make us who we are tonight. And now here we are, ready to graduate. I looked up the exact definition of graduation, and I kind of felt like I was talking into a robot operating system. Objectively, graduation is the academic receiving of a diploma. That's the most undescriptive, boring, and unexciting description I've ever read about graduation. Because like everything in life, graduation is so much more. It's a sense of accomplishment, it's happiness, it's the cliffhanger to a chapter in our lives, and above all, it's the antibiotic to the dreaded senioritis I know we have all felt these last few terms. Coming up here to get our diploma tonight is going to hold so many emotions that we all get to share together. Tonight, we're going to be kids, and tomorrow we'll wake up in the dawn of a new light. The thing about society is that we're always trying to compare ourselves to one another. And that's just murdering our motivation, and that's not going to get us anywhere in life. I had a young man come up to me, and we started to get to know each other a bit. And I told him about all these fantastic things I've done and all these accomplishments I've received in the past 17 years. And he got really upset about it. You can't get upset because you're not someone else. Now, as adults, we must realize you can't win at a race you're not running, because we all have different goals and life aspirations. The only person you should compete with is the person you were yesterday. And you always have to be one leap ahead, one step higher, and a little bit smarter. I hope we all carry that with us through life, through every challenge we face and every puzzle we complete. I keep touching on the subject of motivation. Motivation is the hardest thing to muster up, but it's also the most valuable thing to have, because it helps us reach our goals. And I can proudly say that every single Primavera student has this quality. We were all able to take classes online on our own time and make it on this stage tonight. Thank you to all the teachers, Principal Barnes, and friends and family who are here supporting us tonight. Please enjoy the ceremony.